Auzu billahi mineşşeytanirracim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Pătmہِ pھِرِ पढ़ियाव अस पढ़ान taxonomic aids. Yath manz ase last pھِrِ for herbarium. Now today we will take up another aspect of this first unit, that is we have to study states of some cellular organisms. Ath manz ase godneth states of lichens. We will see what are these lichens. These lichens are actually this forms the demerit for five kingdom classification, because these lichens, they have not a proper position and appropriate position in the five kingdom classification. Now we will directly take up what are these lichens. These lichens, these are the peculiar dual organisms. These are the peculiar dual organisms which are formed by the intimate, that is close association of two different living organisms, that is an alga and a fungus. क्या गए lichens? Lichens are the peculiar dual organisms. These are the unique organisms which are dual in nature. How they are dual in nature? Because they are formed by the intimate, by the close association of two different living organisms. And each khas living organism which is formed by the intimate, by the close association of two different living organisms. Use banache by the association of two different living organisms. And is mukhtalif living organisms alawa banawa ak treyam organism. Ak treyam organism banawa. That organism is lichens. Those living organisms kya? An alga and a fungus. Chunki yeles wucha ak alga and ak fungus, they are totally two different living organisms. And alga, these are green chlorophyllous plants organisms. Young fungus, they are non-green achlorophyllous organisms. And yeles wucha algae green to chlorophyllous organisms, and these are autotrophic. But fungi, they are non-green, that is achlorophyllous, they are heterotrophic. Magar rala in such a way that they form a different living organism which is different from both these algae as well as fungi. But the two living organisms, that is algae and fungi, they live in intimate close association with each other in such a way that it appears to be a new living organism which is different from both fungi as well as algae. And in the two living organisms, that is algae and fungi, they live together in such a way that they produce a new living organism. Such a no living organism bana. Now, and we know now, you see lichen zahis. It is formed by the close association of two different living organisms. That is, we can say it has two components. A component, it is formed of fungi. The bya component, it is formed of algae. And that component of the lichen thallus, which is formed by fungi, it is called mycobiont. And the part of the lichen thallus which is formed by algae, it is called phycobiont. Chunki öch bana yeles wucha yus fungi. The study of fungi is called mycology, and the study of algae is called phycology. Chunki ach wucha algae yus ch ath vanas ficus te. Fungi ch is vanas mycus te. इसलिए यस हसा फंगल कंपोनेंट एक लाइकन थैलोप्स अच्छे इस वनान माइकोबायोट तो अलगल कंपोनेंट इस वनान फाइकोबायोट these two, that is mycobiont and phycobiont, that is alga and fungal components, they live together, they form a close mutual association in such a way that they form a different living organism, they form a new living organism. They form a new living organism. Yath is manacha lichen. Yath is manacha lichen. Kya is mana lichen. Chunki yelis wuchache body of the fungi is called thallus. Yelis wuchache algae his body is thallus ri bana. Kya thallus kya gai? Thallus is the body where there is no differentiation of root, stem and leaf. Akso plant body yath mazna कहाँ difference where there is no differentiation of root, stem and leaf. तो ये लेस पूछा चुके fungi is a separate kingdom, but in two kingdom classification, fungi to os amut thana plant na isut. And it was plant na isut amut thana. Balki in the earlier classifications, yus hasa ye fungi to algae amos yagja amut thana thallophyte asmats. And they are both bearing thallus. So yus uhut result organism, yus association, yele mas no living organism. That is thallus mana. Isliye yus hasai body of the lichen, it is also known as thallus. It is also known as these lichens. The term lichen, it was proposed by, it was coined by Theophrastus. And yus hasai term lichen chi yasai this Theophrastus. Theophrastus kusos? Theophrastus kusos? Father of botany. And Theophrastus has this term lichens. And these lichens, they are perennial. They are perennial. Because I have three kinds of organisms. Animals, biennials, and perennials. And perennial animals which complete their life cycle in one season. Biennials which complete their life cycle in 2 seasons. Perennials which complete their life cycle in many seasons. That is, these lichens, they are also perennial. They are perennial. Now we have seen that these lichens, they are formed by the association of a fungus and an alga. The yelis puchachi, you see lichen thallus chivu. The major part of the lichen thallus. You say major part is lichens body, body of the lichen is called thallus. Major part of the lichen thallus, that is 98%. Some write of 98%, case like 95 to 98%. It is formed by a interwoven, closely associated interwoven mass of fungal thalli. Yus hasai major part lichen thalsuk chu sasach asa banyamut interwoven and intermingled mass of fungal thalli. And the arnamat balki 5 to 8% yus lichen thalsuk chu yasach banyamut asa fungal hund. Ish asa fungal hund banyamut. Yus hasa algae. Algae forms only a small, that is upper part. Small, magar kya? Upper part of the lichen thallus. There kota rudi small part, that is 2 to 5%. Yaha koi only 2%. Chukeli kas 95 to 98% I can rudi 2 to 5% use lichen thallus, that is formed by algae. That is formed by algae. So you see algal part, algal thalli part, that remains intermingled. That remains intermingled by this fungal thalli. Each has intermingled each asa cover kormut kumo fungal. Yani fungal thalli mazbag rosa small his algae, which constitutes only 2 to 5% of the total thallus of the lichen, that is of the total body of the thallus. The idea is which are big cheese. The but you see fungal parts, major part. You get some non-green. It is non-green. Non-green matlab kya go? It is heterotrophic. That it is not able to produce its own food. So, and this algal part, it is green, that it is chlorophyllous. Chlorophyllous means it is autotrophic. That is, it produces its own food. By this fungi, it lives parasitically. It lives parasitically on the algal thallus, on the algal part, on the phycobiont part component for its food. Yus hasa ye fungal part chh, 98% hiss chh, it depends on algae for food. It is not able to produce its own food. And it lives parasitically on the algal part for its food. And in turn, algal part gets protection. It lives associated with the fungal part, it remains intermingled in the fungal hyphae to get protection. It gets protection to live under unfavorable conditions. Under unfavorable conditions where normally an alga cannot grow. Yasa chh hasil kara protection. Protection from the fungal part to live under unfavorable conditions by getting nutrients, water and protection. Ya sa chi tre cheez emis nish hasil kara. Akh chi kara nutrients. Chunki fungus, this algal part, it is not able to directly absorb nutrients from the soil. So it absorbs it from the fungal part. Chunki pechmes hissas peth asa, isliye ye soil se direct attached asa ke, balki it is attached with the fungal part. It gets its food, it gets its water from the fungal part and also protects. Because alag hek nahi algal part roojit ke, balki it can live only in association with the fungi. Itkanan chak, you say association chis, it is a type of mutual beneficial relationship. Mutual beneficial relationship for the two components, for the two different organisms. Yet is called symbiosis. Symbiosis is a relationship in which the two interacting organisms, they live in such a way that both are benefited. And a fungi get benefited by getting food, and in turn this algal part, it gets benefited by getting protection, by getting minerals and by getting water from the fungal. It can no organism banach use has a successful organism chasa under those conditions where neither fungi can grow nor algae can grow. And it can taman jayin roojit haka yaman jayin alag nahik fungi roojit nahik algae roojit. To asir wuchach use has a fungal part. Fungal part, like an thallossucture, that belongs to generally belong to two classes of fungi. We have different classes of fungi, generally 4 classes of fungi. Hycomycetes, ascomycetes, basidiomycetes, and deuteromycetes. Amomasium zikala is higher fungi, that is ascomycetes and basidiomycetes. Generally, yum fungi lichen thallus bananas madat dema. They either belong to ascomycetes or basidiomycetes. And only 2 classes of fungi, they are taking part in forming lichens, that is ascomycetes and basidiomycetes. Ithakanai, you say algal part, algal components. Yapanana khatar only 2 classes of fungi take part, algae take part in formation lichen thallus, that is chlorophyceae. Chlorophyceae is green alga and cyanophyceae. Cyanophyceae is blue green alga. And it can shasha thamunia. Yamhasai Samuchayama. And use fungal component like a lichen thallossucture that belongs to 2 classes of fungi. Either it may be an ascomycete or a basidiomycete. Ithakana algal part that also belongs to only two classes of algae, which may be either chlorophyceae, green alga, or cyanophyceae, blue green alga, any BGA, blue green alga, blue green alga. तो मगर तमुक मतलब गो वो सो समझ आया मा
यस सर
यानी इतकन सुस बो वना युस हस लाइकन थैलस इच बनेमुत फंगल पार्टुक तो अलगल पार्टुक फंगल पार्ट it either belongs, it is either a member of ascomycetes or a member of basidiomycetes. Algal part is either a member of chlorophyceae, that is green alga, or a member of cyanophyceae, that is blue green alga. Temuk matlab go ye is vegetative body buchach. Vegetative body of lichen thallus. That is formed by both algae as well as fungi. Magar taba yim reproductive structures. Reproductive structures which are mostly spores, they are only fungal in origin. Fungal in origin. The reproductive structures are only fungal in origin, that is, they are formed by the fungal part only. You must say reproductive structures, which is spores, which are different types of spores, pycniospores, oidospores, and other spores, only states of lichen as borrowed. But reproductive structures, that is spores, which you find in a lichen thallus, they only belong to fungal part. That is fungal component of the lichen thallus. It produces reproductive structures that is called as spores. That is called as spores. This is in short the states of lichens. Now we will take some other aspects of lichens. Which you say? Let's name important aspect, that is classification. Classification of lichens. Classification of lichens. The generally lichens, they vary in size and shape. Lichens, they vary both in size and shape. But generally, though the lichens they have been classified differently, but generally is two qisman classification. Ak cheez pucha, agar hasai yus hasai lichen thallus, if the fungal component belongs to a ascomycete, such lichens are called ascolichens, and we can say on the basis of which fungi takes part in the formation of lichen thallus. We have two types of lichens, ascolichens and basidiolichens. Basidiolichens. And at bunyadas pech kus hue fungal member, isha ascomycetic member kin basidiomycetic member, kus che hesnema lichen thallus bananas mas we have two types of lichens, ascolichens and basidiolichens. Simply, ascolichens are those lichens where the fungal component belongs to an ascomycetes, and basidiolichens are the lichens in which the fungal component belongs to a basidiomycetes. That means that is a member of basidiomycetes. And in Tamil lichens, yemen mans fungal part asa a member of ascomycetes, taman chhes wana ascolichens, the Tamil lichens, yemen mans fungal component belongs to a basidiomycetes, taman chhes wana basidio. Now another and the most important classification is armpit paracha. These lichens, lichen thallus, it varies in size and shape, but generally these lichens, they have been classified into three classes. Amongst three group. Kya? Crustose lichens. Crustose lichens. Number second is foliose lichens, and number third is that is fruticose lichens. Fruticose lichens. चूँकि मे वोन तुम योतु lichen thalsuk taluk it varies in size and shape, but generally all the lichens they have been broadly categorized, divided into three categories, into three classes: crustose lichens, foliose lichens, and fruticose lichens. Now we will see these one by one. What are crustose lichens, what are foliose lichens, and what are fruticose lichens? Which is a crustose? Crust. What is crust? The uppermost layer of the soil is called crust. It is called crust.
The upper layer goes to
The uppermost layer of the soil is called crust. Kacha hai ma samajh? Yus hasa zimyunuk petham tach is wana crust. Kya is wana? Crust. तो ये crustose lichen ये चूंकि अहद बुनियादस पे वो सब क्या बनता है दबा युस ये crustose lichen दबा lichens flat, their thallus is flattened and it is closely associated and attached to the substratum like crust. Crust. It is closely associated with the soil and it is a part of the soil. Similarly, crustose lichens, whose body is flattened and it is associated, attached with the upper layer of the earth, that is crust, at many places. At many places. But it is a part of the crust. It is inseparable from the substratum, from the soil. Substratum kya go yeti grow kara, yani yich asa variyahan jayan variya point of pet attach karyat bind karyat with the it is substratum. It kanan ki ashi basa it is a part of the soil. It is a part of the tawai chikuna crustose lichens. Kya chikuna crustose lichens. Yani amahasa चूँकि closely associated with the soil आसा यत कन crust आत associate आसा हम च crust से यत कन बंद करित आसा अस बासा inseparable हम हस बिल्कुल मेथ हुंद अख जमीनुक अख हिस्सा अख इथन lichen च वना crustose lichens which form a crust like structure तो ब्या गो foliose lichen दपा यम lichens चूँकि flattened आसा क्या छसा they are branched, use one thallus as is flattened, branched and leaf-like. Because foliar is dramut leaf months. Image body is flattened, plain, branched, leaf-like. And associated with the substratum with rhizoid-like structures. Rhizoid-like structures. Yim hasai substratum sait attach asa karit bind shara kar with rhizoid-like structures. Yimun es mana cha rhizins. Rhizoid is asa bryophyte anuma. Yimun es lower plants mana. Higher plant ma cha roots. Root asa associate with the soil or with the substratum. Magdim lower plants eman roots asa keman cha rhizoids. The foliose lichen are rhizoid-like structures. We cannot call them true rhizoids. Lichens are not plants. These are not plants. Aman manch are rhizoid-like structures. Rhizins. Rhizins vana. Tomo rhizin ko madda searchum asa attached, associated, binded with the soil or with the substrate. Ethan lichen is foliose lichens. Leaf-like structures, which are flattened, branched, and have a leaf-like structure, remains associated with the substratum by means of rhizoid-like structures called rhizins. Ethan lichen is foliose lichens. Now, fruticose lichens. The umtish flattened asa. Magar farak kya hai? These are profusely branched. Oman hasa cha variya branch asa. Producing a bushy-like appearance, giving a bushy-like appearance. It is zand hue basa. It is bush hue as basa. It is asa ba zand hue. And ach variya branches nera. Ach basa ye zand hue. یِتھ کٔنۍ أسۍ کُلٮ۪ن ہُنٛد زنٛڈ چھِ وٕچھان أسۍ چھِ وٕچھان بۄنہٕ چھِ بیس اَکٕے پٮ۪ٹھٕ چھِ درٛامژٕ واریاہ لنٛجہِ واریاہ برٛانچِز دَپان یِتھٮ۪ن لایکَنَن چھِ واریاہ برٛانچِز نیران یِم دے گِو بُشی اٮ۪پیرَنٕس اینڈ دے آر اَٹیچٕڈ وِتھ دَ سویل باے اِٹٕس بیسل اینڈ یُس امیُک بیسل اینڈ چھِ یِم چھِ آسان بنٛد کٔرِتھ وِد اِٹٕس سبسٹریٹم یُس امیُک بیسل اینڈ چھِ آسان بٔنِتھ چھِ آسان دے آر اَٹیچٕڈ وِتھ دَ سویل وِد دَ سبسٹریٹم باے اِٹٕس بیسل اینڈ یِتھٮ۪ن لایکَنن which have a bushy appearance and are associated with the substratum by their basal end only یِمن چھِ أسۍ وَنان fruticose lichens واو تۄہہِ کَتھ سمجھ یعنی تِم lichens یِم ہسا closely associated with the substratum چھِ آسان like a crust یعنی they appear to be a part of the crust part of the soil یِتھٮ۪ن چھِ أسۍ وَنان crustose lichens تہٕ تِم lichens یِم branched تہٕ leaf like چھِ آسان attached with the substratum by means of rhizoid like structures called rhizines یِم چھِ أسۍ وَنان foliose lichens تہٕ تِم lichens یِم flattened چھِ آسان مگر profusely branched giving the thallus a bushy appearance and are attached with the substratum by means of their basal ends. Such lichens are called fruticose lichens. This is all about the types of lichens. Now last aspect, that is importance of lichens. यहाँ आया समझ बेटा हेलो
Yes.
समझ आवा
Yes, sir.
कहाँ कत मा समझ यहां के
Sir, आवाज is रुक यवा
यह नेटवर्क प्रॉब्लम यह मेन प्रॉब्लम की तो importance of lichens तो अस परो ना ज्यादा डिटेल कह बह वन तक कह importance lichens number first pioneers of succession and some of the important advantages of these lichens are number first pioneers of succession, number two as food, importance of lichens as food, number three they are used as medicines, number four as dyes, number fifth in perfumery, and number sixth in use of lichens in tanning industry यानी importance लिख थोड़ा बहुत वन बह मतलब pioneers गए यम कह चीज शुरू कर यानी initiate कर of succession चूंकि succession वन कित कन गई life या plants कित कन आय दुनिया मज how they originate, how their growth gets initiated, how their development gets initiated. And these lichens, they are considered to be the pioneers of succession. They are considered to be the starters, primary invaders of barren rocks areas. Where no plant can grow, which has the first initiators, the first organisms which invade those areas, which grow in these areas, they are lichens. They play an important role in breaking, in degrading rocks, in kancha, disintegrate kara. Break kara, decompose kara to produce soil particles. Because a plant can grow in soil, not on the rock. So, it grows on these rocks, on barren rocks, and disintegrate them, break them into soil particles. Yeli soil particle maz tabdil gai. Now, soil particles mosses یِمن ٲسۍ وَنان bryophytes, which are the first land plants, bryophytes. But in other higher plants they grow. چونکہ ییٚلہِ soil تیار گٔے یِتھ کٔنۍ أسۍ وارِ منٛز کران چھِ گۄڈٕ زٔمیٖن تیار مُختٔلِف کُلٮ۪ن ہٕنٛدِ خٲطرٕ اَسہِ مُختٔلِف قٕسمو پیٚوان زٔمیٖن تیار کَرٕنۍ تہٕ یِتھَے کٔنۍ چھِ أسۍ وٕچھان یِم ہسا یِم lichens چھِ تِم چھِ زٔمیٖن تیار کران for the growth of plants. وَنو أسۍ for the growth of other plants تیٚلہِ چھِ تِم lichens تہِ چھِ plants مگر چوٗنکہِ they are not complete plants اکھ حِصہٕ چھِ یِمن plant like that is algal part مگر complete plants چھِنہٕ یِم کینٛہہ أسۍ چھِ وَنان یِم ہسا چھِ provide کران they are the pioneers of they are the starters they are initiators of succession. ییٚلہِ یِم initiate کَرِ أتی چھِ پَتہٕ ییٚلہِ یِم decompose چھِ گژھان اَتہِ چھِ پَتہٕ mosses grow کران bryophytes grow کران پَتہٕ pteridophytes یِتھَے کٔنۍ چھِ پَتہٕ other higher plants grow یِتھ کٔنۍ چھِ they are the important pioneers of succession. Number 2, lichens are also many species of lichens are used as food. واریاہ species چھِ اَتھ منٛز اَسہِ چھِ اکھ species Erwinia species, Parmila species, etc. They are used as food. Yani many species of lichens are used as food in different parts of the world, and they contain a substance that is known as lichenin. Lichenin, chemical lichenin, chemical substance, which is similar to carbohydrate. This carbohydrates which is similar to carbohydrate. Because a major component of the diet of any living organism is carbohydrate. So you lichen is your food that is comprised of a substance that is lichenin, but lichen is quite similar to carbohydrate. Isliye we can use it as food. We can use it as many species of lichens are used as medicines to cure, to get rid of many diseases. For example, asnic acid, USNIC, asnic acid, is obtained from a lichen, asnia. Asnia, lichen, impact is a chemical obtained, that is asnic acid. This asnic acid, it is used as a broad spectrum antibiotic. Broad spectrum antibiotic. You see, asnic acid, which is obtained from asnia, which is a lichen, it is used as a broad spectrum antibiotic, and it to kill disease causing organisms. Antibiotic. Many species of lichens, they are used as dyes. For example, litmus, a best and important acid indicator. Litmus dye used to it is obtained from lichens. Use important acid indicator it is also obtained from lichens. Many species of lichens, they are used in perfumery. They produce oil. You sign tealus mans which we use oils and soaps. It is added to these soaps and these oils, and which helps in perfumery. The training industry, animal hides them dur lichens This is the importance of lichens. Now the most important point, last point about lichens is that these lichens are the best indicators of air pollution, especially sulfur dioxide pollution. As the best indicators of air pollution. Why? Because they do not grow in polluted areas. Yani taman jayan, yaman jayan, ya yam lichens grow chikara, we can say that they are pollution free. They are especially sulfur dioxide pollution free. Because lichens cannot grow in an area where there is sulfur dioxide pollution. So they are the best indicators of air pollution, especially sulfur dioxide pollution. And agar as kaha jay as wuchi, ya such clean, ya such pollution free, we will see whether the lichens are growing there. If lichens are not growing there, that means that is pollution free. If lichens are growing, that means that is a polluting area. I think this is all about for today. Agar kath samajh asne amut तुम हेकियो पृछित समझ आवा बेटा
Yes, sir.
सोरे आवा समझ सोरे आवा समझ
Yes, sir. Manzoor को समझ आवाज ये तो निकली.
वो क्या कर बात आवाज ये रिकिर ये प्रॉब्लम नेटस इट इज नेटवर्क प्रॉब्लम तो अत हेक न कहां करित की यह आवा समझ आवा ये तुम बूजवा सोरु दिस इज ऑल अबाउट फॉर टुडे